Alright, we're on to Yarny goodness. I have shown you some Yarny goodness already, although I felt like since they were kind of a mixture of things that I wouldn't put them in one category or another. But let's see. I have done quite a bit of crocheting, but I only have a couple finished objects to show you because I've been crocheting on one particular item. So the week before last, I did do a tutorial video about making a double-sided hot pad, and I did a blog post about it as well. That will all be in my show notes. Well, I'll link to the video. I'll try to put one of those link things in the corner over there. But this is my hot pad. The video is about the handle cover, which I'll show in just a minute. And I just held together a strand of this. I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby. It's some of the stuff I got on clearance in the summer. This is Peony, the colorway Peony, and it's 100% cotton. You get, it's a number 4, 3 ounces, 85 grams, 153 yards, or 140 meters. So I really love the colors in here. These are the kind of colors I like in my kitchen. This one I held it together with some peaches and cream cotton I had, scraps. So that's why I have it's lime green down here and it's white up here because I ran out. But this is helping me use up my yarn yardage, which is great. And the one thing I forgot to do, at the end of this, I'll try to pop in, or I'll put a number or something about how much yarn yardage I have used. So we'll see if I can remember to put that in. But so I made this one, and then I made this one. I haven't put the threads in. This is the one I did in the video, and this is gonna look weird, y'all, but you know, if you have cast iron cookware, the handles get hot real easy. So this is designed to slide over cast iron handle. So it is still double-sided on each side, and then I folded it in half and seamed it up the side, and I put a little hanger on the end. So that's what my tutorial video is showing you how to do, but the process to make the fabric, so to speak, is the same for this hot pad. And I do have a blog post with pictures about this. So I made one of these. I've made 2 of these. I just got to weave in the ends on this. And then I did also I combined this Red Heart Scrubby with some of this and made me a little simple scrubby washcloth, which is dirty because I've been using it, so I did not bring that in here. And I liked crocheting with this better. Come on, camera. There we go. I like combining it with this. It was easier to crochet that way. The only thing I'll do different, I did double crochet, just a basic double crochet, and it's kind of, you can put your finger through it too easy. So I will do more like a half double single, half double single, or something like that to make a tighter fabric for the next one that I make. So I've used, no, I actually I had 2 balls of this color, and I have 2 balls of another color, and I still have a little bit of the first ball of this one left. So that was some finished objects I did. Works in progress. So the biggest thing that I've been working on, just grab it. What is going on? My chair is on the edge of the bag. Okay, now that I've untangled myself from everything, this is the cascading kimono cardigan from Mama and a Stitch. I think it's Mama and a Stitch. I will put the correct one up here, okay? This is with the Lion Brand Heartland and Pinnacles and Lion Brand Silk Mohair in Sunset that I combined. So I have 2 armholes. So I thought, the only thing I have, let's see, where's my stitch marker? All right, you see where that stitch marker is? That's how much I've done since the last time I talked with y'all. So quite a bit. I'm almost done. I have to finish the little texture pattern on the other end. I thought I would finish that last night, but my son called and I was on the phone with him for quite a long time. So, but it does have the armholes in, so it kind of, it does have sleeves that I have to do, just short sleeves. Let me see if I can stand up without tearing things up. Quite love this color. Okay, so you can see how it's gonna, it's pretty long. It comes past my booty. So, and it's called Cascading Cardigan because this part just kind of hangs. It's just a rectangular piece of fabric with armholes. And then it will have, like I said, the short sleeves that go on it. So I don't have much more before I finish it, but I really love the color on this. And look at that halo it's got. So gorgeous. I love it. So that has been mostly what I've been working on because it's easy to do. There's not nothing complicated to it. Whoop. Put that back in there. Okay. So. All right. Goodness gracious. It's like an Olympic event doing this sometimes. So the other thing that I have been working on is my knitting. But if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen where I figured out how to do some crocheting. And this is very wonkily, you know, I'm learning to knit, but I learned about doing cables, which is actually not too overly complicated. I actually feel like cables in knitting are easier than cables in crochet. But, you know, you may disagree with me on that. So this portion right here is crochet. So you can kind of see how much wider this is at the bottom than the top. I'm hoping that I can block this in the end and make it a little straighter. I feel like my stitches are just getting more uniform as I do more practice on it. So to do this, I've had this idea for a while because I would like to design something where you do both. I don't know how other people feel about that, but that's what I would like to do. So what I did is I put a piece of yarn through my stitches to hold the place of my knitting stitches. And then I used the loops. I picked up 2 loops per single crochet. So 2 knit stitches per single crochet. So I didn't unattach the yarn. I didn't do anything like that. I just grabbed my crochet hook. I chained 1 and then I picked up 2 loops and then I single crocheted across. Of course, there's some issues with tension because crochet doesn't stretch as much as knitting does, okay? It tends to stretch more this way than this way. So I've got to do some more playing around to get, I probably could have put a couple more single crochets in there. I don't think I should do 1 per stitch because they're just bigger than the stitch, the knitting stitches. So I did just a random whatever crochet, and then when I got to the top, you can kind of see that little ridge, and when I got ready to knit, what I did is put my hook, my needle, to get the stitches back on my needle. I just went through every back loop of my top single crochets and got it on my needle. You have to pay attention to what end your yarn is on and what end you're inserting the needle, because I did it backwards the first time, and then I was like, well, I can't because my yarn end was over here. So you got to pay attention to that. And so then I did 2 knit stitches per single crochet. And then I just started back with my knit and purl rows. So that's what I did. Because the way I feel about it, if you get this nice little V with knit, when you look at the top of your crochet, you have a V. It's just in a different way. So I think this would be very interesting to have a little detail like this somewhere on a knit sweater, like here or something, or at the bottom. So I've got to learn more about knitting, obviously, before I could design something like that. Maybe a scarf would be in order first, but I thought I might be able to make a scarf out of this, but I don't think it's going to be long enough. I think this will just be stretched out, and I will use it as wall art because I have quite enjoyed doing this, though. So that's the other thing I've been working on. Okay, I had to take a little break, let my dog in, relax my vocal cords a little bit, maybe. I don't know. This is going to be a long one, you guys. It's going to be a long one. So, those are all my works in progress that I'm actually made progress on that I just showed you. So, I want to talk about when I finish up this cascading kimono cardigan, since this is the year of the sweater for me, I want to make an actual pullover sweater instead of just cardigans. So I've been thinking about what I want to do, and I really want to make this seamstress top. This one is designed so that you see the seams in the middle and things like that. Has lots of little interesting details that I love. This is from Hooked on Tilly. I got this pattern in one of those bundles I buy sometimes, those crochet bundles. I just bought another one because they had another one out, if you haven't ever seen them. If you're subscribed to like Make Do and Crew or Moogly or any of those crochet sites, they usually advertise them, and they're usually bundles of crochet patterns. There's a ton of them in there, and they're usually about $19. So this one had a bunch of One Skein Wonders in it, and small crochet projects. So I said it, and I really loved a lot of them. So I got that. This is made with, let me see. She made it with, where is it? Lion Brand's Ice Cream Yarn and Vanilla Bean. And she suggests a lightweight number 3 yarn, okay? I don't have a sweater's quantity of number 3 yarn usually. If I do, it's something I didn't want to make this sweater out of. But to me, personally, Karen Simply Soft is closer to a number 3 yarn. It's not as heavy as a worsted, like a Red Heart to me. It's kind of in between the two. But I have this left over. This is my yarn bun, is what I'm calling it. This is the tweeted heather gray or something like that. I had it left over from my Bumps and Scales cowl pattern I put out in October. And I've been wanting to make something with a tweeted yarn, so I love this. But then I also have this. This is going to blow out the camera, y'all. It's not that bright. It's more of a rusty color. This is 100% alpaca, baby alpaca. This is 100% baby alpaca lace. And I have a ton of it. Because I ordered it a long time ago. It was the first time I had ever received yarn in hanks. And I tried to crochet from the hank because I didn't know that you had to wind the yarn first. course, that did not work out. I got a big old mess. But I have finally got all those hanks wound up and straightened out. Because I had like 4 hanks of it. I ordered this off of some sale somewhere. Because 100% baby alpaca is usually very expensive. So I know I did not pay that much for this, but it's very soft. I've used alpaca blend yarns before, and they're usually itchy to me, but this does not itch. But what I want to do is blend these two together. Kind of like I did in my cascading kimonos cowl. Because I think that would make an awesome fabric. And I think this sweater is a good candidate because it has simple stitching. And just when I say simple stitching, I mean the stitches won't compete with the yarn, right? If you have stitches that have lots of bobbles and the detail is the stitches, you want a plainer yarn. I talked about that on a blog post I did a while back. This has basic stitching, and then you have the seams, which you would still be able to see with a blended yarn like this. So you would still be able to see the design of the sweater, the outline of the sweater, but then the stitches for the fabric of the sweater would lend itself well for this, because hers has a speckled yarn as well. So I think that's what I'm going with. And I'll have to test my gauge to see if I have to change my sizing. So that is the next sweater that will be on my hook. Now, I do want to try to attempt to knit a sweater before the end of the year. But we'll see how that goes. I have to wait till my craft buying band is up, which I have broken that a little bit, as you'll see in a moment. Yeah. But I want to buy a nice sweater quantity to make a nice, something simple, of course. So we'll see how that goes. So now we're going to move on to new stuff, which technically I'm not supposed to be buying new stuff. I will show you again the Yarn Club stuff I'm getting, because that is different, because the Yarn Clubs don't count. That's something I do anyway. And of course I'm testing out the indie Yarn Clubs on Etsy this year. And this month I did Teal Torch Knits. These are the yarns I got, which are absolutely gorgeous. There's the label, Teal Torch Knits. She has a murder mystery club going on, and February was Mrs. Fisher's Mysteries, which is one of my favorite shows. Come on, camera. What are you doing? Does not want to stay focused. And I did a whole review about this yarn and took it out and talked all about it. So I'll try to put one of those eye things up here so you can check that out. I did notice that her shop is on a break because she's gone to Stitches West. So if you check out that link, it may be closed at the moment, but she'll be back when she comes back. So, all right, now I did get my Mary Maxim for this month, and I was very glad to see that it wasn't in another labeled bag. It's in the plastic container, or containers, plastic zip bags that I like because I can store things in it. This month we got, you can make this blanket and hat. That's the yarn. It is a number 3 yarn. Like I said, I wouldn't want a sweater out of that. This is, oh, I was hoping not to have to unzip this, but I can't read the label. Let's see, let's take one out. It's very soft. Trendy Baby Antibacterial and Anti-Peel. Well, that's interesting. I've never seen that quality in a yarn, antibacterial. It is 250 yards, 235 meters, 100% anti-peeling acrylic, 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. So, yeah, it's very soft. But I probably will make that baby blanket to have on hand in case there are any new babies in the family, or if I could possibly donate it to something like, well, I don't know if Linus takes crocheted blankets, but there's plenty of places I could donate that to. So that is the project from February's Mary Maxim. Now, what did I do with that bag? Oh, there it is. Jimmy Bean's Club. So, if you saw my review of the Jimmy Bean's Club, I did a whole review of what I received from the previous year and starting this year. I'll try to put an eye thing for that as well. We got more of the mini sheepies or sheepjies skeins, which I love them. But that is all we got. No extras. There are 20 of them in here though. So, and I had estimated these to be about $1 a piece based on the whole kit you can buy. So since I paid $15 for it, I'm okay with that. I really love these little things anyway. But this is a big version of what we're making, which is a poof that you can sit on. So I do intend on making that. I haven't started it, so. But that is all we got in this month's Jimmy Bean, is just those sheepjies minis. And you know, that bag they sent us in the beginning, you can't fit all of those in that bag. Obviously, the first set we got took up the whole bag, so I'm not real crazy about that bag. But anyway, I still enjoy the club. So those are my 3 clubs. Yeah, I do the indie dyers off of Etsy. I try a new club each month. I've got to pick one because the end of the month is coming up. Got my Mary Maxim, got my Jimmy Bean's crochet club. So now I do have some other new yarns to show y'all. But I will say that most of this I bought for my fiber share partner, but I realized I could not fit everything in the bag. And then I found a fiber collection. A woman, she's a weaver, because you get discounts to yarn shops through that fiber share program to buy stuff for your partner. And she is learning to weave. And I had looked for like a set of fibers or something, a weaving set or something, and I couldn't find any. And then I found it. I had to come across my Instagram feed, and it was a place that had the discount coupon. But she sells weavings, but she had curated little groupings of different fibers for weavings. It's like, that is what I was looking for. So anyway, let's just look at what I got. So I bought a Karen Pantone. Yeah. But the only reason I bought it, they were on clearance for $3.97 at Michael's. So I really love this color combination. I did intend on giving this to my fiber share partner, but it wouldn't fit. And I felt like the other stuff I got would be better. So it's very soft. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I may go back eventually and see if they have more so I can make something big out of it. But you should go watch Carrie Penny's review of this yarn. She did a very thorough review, I think. And yeah. So that was one thing I got. And by the way, my Michael's yarn section has like shrank big time. It's only like at a back corner of the store, it's an L and there's yarn. None of the aisles that run down this way have yarn on them anymore. That's it. That's all they have. And I'm like, where did all the yarn go, Michael's? Maybe I shouldn't say it like that. That sounded weird. But anyway, I was very disappointed when I went. So, but they did have some good sales and a couple of clearance items. So I got that. And then they had their Karen cakes for $5. And this was also supposed to go to my fiber share partner. I don't know what I was thinking. If it had been sent into the US, it would have been fine. But, and besides, this right here is 200 grams. You're only required to send 200 grams, but I just, you know, I can't do that. This is, who wants to send just one hank of yarn? Anyway, I really love this colorway. The dog fur on there. I love in these cakes how you get the speckly stuff on some of the other yarns. I love that. Some people don't like that. They think it's a flaw in the yarn, but I love that. This is 80% acrylic and 20% wool. And funny story, when I was messaging my partner for FiberShare, she is from the UK, and she kept talking about her wool stash, and I was like, okay, do you only use wool? But, or are you just talking about yarn in general? Because, you know, some people, and she's like, oh, she said, we just call all yarn wool. I don't know why, it doesn't make sense. And I was like, okay, I just wanted to be sure, because I have heard other people from the UK and such just talk about wool, but they don't necessarily just crochet or work with wool. That's just what they call yarn. So anyway, this wouldn't fit in there, so it was too heavy and too big to go and have all the other stuff I put in there anyway, so that's staying with me. I also had picked up this because this was on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Wait, let me finish. Okay, I found this, and I was excited to find it because it's kind of chunky and it's great for, it's like roving for weaving or whatever. It's loops and thread. This did come from Michael's. It was on the clearance section for $2.50, which was an excellent price, because this is 32 yards, 300 grams just in this, 29 meters and 10.5 ounces. It is a jumbo number 7, and this is 100% acrylic. So because I bought that other weaving kit, which was cooler than this, I guess, I didn't put this in there because this would have added so much weight to the package. But I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do with this now, but for $2.50, that was a good deal. So that was intended to go in there and didn't go in there. So I found this at Hobby Lobby because I also went to Hobby Lobby. I love this chunky. It was in the clearance, I think, for $1.50, and it's a nice colorway, a nice blue, and I thought this would be good for weaving too. This is 100% acrylic, number 5, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 109 yards, 100 meters. So that, see, all of that was supposed to go to my FiberShare partner, but I found that other thing and I had to take some stuff out. So anywho, now the two things that I did buy that I did not intend for my FiberShare partner at all, because they needed to be rescued because they were on the clearance and they were sad, and that's what I'm going to say about that. So I got these at Michael's also. These are the Karen Big Cakes, which I have some of these already and I love them. I have yet to make anything with them, but I just love them. I really did like this colorway. Let's turn it this way. I love the colors in it. It does have some of that speckles that get in there, which I love. These were on clearance for $2.50. The original price on these was $9.99. Yeah, and it said as is. And the only thing I could figure is because some of the yarn had come out. There's nothing wrong with these. There were 2 of them. So I got both of them because they were $2.50. And they were sad. They told me they were sad. And they wanted to come home with me. So these 2 I bought just because of that. They were not intended for my FiberShare partner. But I wound up with all this extra stuff because I bought too much stuff for my FiberShare partner. Because I haven't bought yarn in a while. And I was just excited to be in the yarn store. And I couldn't decide what to get. So anyway, those are my new yarn purchases. I think we are finally at the end of Yarny Goodness, and y'all, this is going to be a very long one because I still have Fabric Obsessed, and I have quite a bit to talk about over there. I'm starting to talk faster because I'm trying to get through all of it, but woo! Okay, we're on to Fabric Obsessed, and I actually have some things to show y'all this week. First, I wanted to talk about the fact that, as I talked about earlier, Stitches West is going on the West Coast. On the East Coast, we have QuiltCon going on, which is in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I believe that's right. And I so wanted to go to this year, y'all. I went 2 years ago when it was in Savannah, because they alternate what coast they're on each year. I only got to go for a part of a day. So overwhelming. And I went with my son, who was very uninterested in the whole thing. So, but I just couldn't make it this year. And it would be nice to go with someone who might actually enjoy walking around with me. I don't like going to things like that by myself. It's just not fun. But anyway, I am a member of the Modern Quilt Guild. There's my little pin. There we go. But since I'm like a, what do they call it, a single member or something, I don't have a guild around me to participate in things. But I do enjoy getting the newsletter and the little patterns, and you do get tickets to QuiltCon if you're a member as well. I couldn't utilize that this year because I couldn't go. But anyway, that is going on. I'm excited for people who got to go. I've been seeing pictures on Instagram, so that's exciting to see. Sometimes things like that can be overwhelming to me, which it kind of was the last time I went. And I get awkward because when I see people in real life that I see on my feed that it's kind of like a fan of them, I say weird things. Yeah, I'm not good at that sort of thing, which is odd, but that's the kind of person I fan over, is a quilter or a fiber artist or something like that versus a movie star. That's just not my thing. So if I ever run into you at an event and I'm an admirer of your work and I say weird things, please just look that over, because once I get that awkwardness out, then I usually am pretty nice to talk to. That's just weird. But anyway, y'all. Okay, so finished objects. As I said, I have been working on new bags for my Etsy shop, so I'm going to share some of those with you, or I'm going to share them with you right now. The only ones I have finished are my mini maker bags and my maker bags, because I sold my last mini maker bag and I just have like one small maker bag in there. So I don't have any totes left. I do have some totes to put back in there. I have to finish everything. So I'm going to show you what I finished. So these are the mini maker bags. I have 2 of each of these. So this is, look at that. Isn't it so pretty? I love these. There's my lining. And these all have a loop inside to hang stitch markers on. And they are just the drawstring type. Now, these 2 in this color, I think I turned my fabric cut the opposite way, because they are shorter but wider than the rest of them. So it's the same amount of fabric, but there's like maybe an 1.5 inch difference in the measurements. So I think I just got it turned around. So it still holds the same amount. It's just shorter and wider versus taller and narrower, like you'll see the other ones. And I wound up sewing all my labels on the outside, which I kind of like, because I forgot to put them in. I don't know what it is. You would think I've never done this before, but it still works. So these are a perfect size for socks, if you're making socks, or if you make amigurumi and you have a lot of little parts, like a smaller amigurumi, it's perfect to hold those while you're working on it. I don't know what else you could do maker type things, but if you had a smallish embroidery project, you could probably stick that in there. I can't think of anything else you could probably do with it, but somebody else might. But so I have 2 of this color. Then I'll show you these. You can see what I mean, that this is wider and shorter and this is taller and narrower. And I think I just got the fabrics turned the wrong way on that. So this is, I have this color in print. And this has a dandelion kind of print on the inside. I was trying to do kind of springy colors, so I have 2 like that. And then I have 2 like this with the deer antlers or deer head silhouette. And this also has a a dandelion print. It's different on the inside. And the great thing about these are really reversible. So if you don't like what I put on the outside, you can still use it in reverse. You just, when you do your drawstrings, it's going to be kind of awkward. But you could still, let's see, you can still use it that way if you don't like the color I have on the outside. Your drawstrings will just be on the inside. So it is possible to do that. I have two like that. And then I have three of my small makers is what I call them. These are very long and shorter, okay? So these will hold two of the, like when you get the longer skeins like Karen Simply Soft, or even the longer Hanks fit in here really good, but usually you have to wind that up to use, but smaller cakes fit in here good too. So none of these are my lightweight bags. So just drawstring bags that are lined, that don't have batting or anything in between them, okay? So this is the color on the inside. I have to move my coffee cup before I put something in there. That wouldn't be good. This is very bright, but it has like a gray, I can't get that to show. It's like a damask kind of print on a bright, very bright pink. So that is one of my, and I did this different. The ones I had before, I used the cording in these versus the twill tape because it's such a long bag. And the last time I had just a drawstring on one side, so I made these with it from both sides. I thought that would be better. The good thing about these is when you pull out the thing, you got enough for a handle. So I didn't put handles on these, but I have one like that. So this kind of coordinates with the other two small ones. And then I have one like this with this print. Almost looks like a cat eye to me, but it has another I done lost the word for that darn thing, dandelion print on the inside, and it has a small strip of this kind of shiny dot, silver dot on the top of it. And that's because I cut that one too short for some reason. So I just added that extra, and I think that it looks really cool. And these also have the tabs in them. So this one is meant to coordinate with these two bags. I wind up with two little ones, but one big one when I do this. But and then I have one like this. It's a very modernish print. Well, most of these are modern prints. And then another bright pink, which is glaring. It's just got little dot line things on it. And those were meant to coordinate with these. So if you wanted a small maker bag and a mini maker bag, you could buy one to coordinate. And then I have an extra one of each of the minis. So those will be going up in the shop by the end of the month. But I have more bags to put up in there. And as I said in the beginning, I will be putting all my Christmas themed or Christmas like bags on sale when I do that. So that's something you can look at if you want to. I only have one Mega Maker bag in there, and I've had several people like that bag. I will be putting a couple more in there with different prints and different outsides. So if it's something you've been thinking about, that's something to look forward to, because I just have the one in there right now. So that's all I managed to finish sewing with. That's quite a bit with all the other stuff I had going on. But something I am working on, I have some more ideas for different kinds of things for the shop. I am working on designing a I want this to be for, it could be for crochet hooks, it could be for knitting needles, it could be for pens and pencils and markers, if you do that sort of thing, drawing utensils. It could be for paintbrushes. You probably, since it's fabric, want to make sure they're clean paintbrushes and not wet. So, but this is what I have so far. I haven't finished this, but I'm trying to decide. Let's see. I'm holding this upside down, but this is a sort of layered pocket. So you have this pocket, and this pocket goes down, and it goes down just as deep as the pocket in front of it. So they're layered, and right now I don't have any sections in it. It's just a pocket, and then on this side, this pocket extends. I don't have that side sewed down, but this pocket would extend, and I want to put something else, maybe a zippered pouch or something here to hold accessories and things. And then this is the flap that would come over it to keep things from falling out. And this is going to be, let's see, this is just the front panel. So this is the back panel with the fabric on it, the batting. So this would be layered together like this, and you would fold it. This end folds in. It folds in like that on each side, and then it would fold in half. And then I would put probably a button latch or something on it, because one end has a pocket so stuff won't fall out, and the other one has the flap so things won't fall off. So it'd be like a little clutch almost kind of thing to hold things like that. And then you could put it in a project bag or something and carry it around with you. I'm still working out some of the kinks. I had to take this whole thing apart and redo it because I didn't like what I did the first time. Yeah. So if you're still hanging around this far into this, because man, I am getting really close. I'm over an hour and a half now. Tell me if there's something you think should be in a organizer like this. This is a crafty organizer. Because I tried to look at different ones for different types of crafting, so it could be utilized for more than one type of crafter. So that's something to look forward to coming up in my shop whenever I get it finished designing. It may not be in this next shop update, but it will be coming soon. And I will have some more of the little zippered notion pouches coming up. I have some maker totes, and like I said, some more mega maker bags, and I do want to make some more of the maker bags, which are the kind of mid-sized bags. So now, before I get, this is ridiculously long, y'all. I'm gonna have to try to cut some of these things out. We'll see what I get to cut out, but I did want to show you new purchases. I got my Darn Good Yarn, Darn Good Fabric of the Month Club. And this is what we got. You can see. And this is 100% cotton fabric. This is not silk fabric, although the ribbon on the outside is silk, which is nice. But this is 100% cotton. It has 4 fabrics, 18 by 24, slightly larger than a fat quarter. And then the ribbon is the same fabric, just in strips. So that's what all the fabric looks like in there. I will probably do a little separate video to open them all up and show them to y'all like I did the first one. This is the pattern for the month, which I really like. Alright, so I will have links to all of that down below. They are an affiliate of mine, but I pay for these things myself. They do not pay for them. I pay for them myself. So that is the Darn Good Fabric of the Month Club, which I'm excited to see it's not all silk, that there's cotton fabrics in it as well. Kind of a linen texture. I did get my Tilla Lily Fat Quarter Club for February. This is Summer Blush by Sedef Immer. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'll put it all up here for Riley Blake Designs. It's very springy, and I may make some bags out of this. We'll see. But got this pretty peachy floral print, or this coral. We've got this one, a little toss. Here's another floral. Most of these are floral on the green background. This is a very light peach color with a floral background. And then we have this green with the white floral print. I really love the colors in this one. And I signed up for, I just get the 5 fat quarters because I think it's $12.50 a month plus shipping. So she did have the option for the full. So some people will have the full fat quarter selection. I just got the 5. So I am enjoying this though because it gets me a little fabrics in the month and it's not too expensive. So those are my new fabrics. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but I'll save that for next week because it's not anything that I'm really working on at the moment. It's just something that I have wanted to talk about, but I'll talk about that later. I think that is all for fabric obsessed, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, this is too long, Christy. Why are you taking so long? Okay, time for DIY and thrifty goodness. No, I have not made it to a thrift store, but I want to. The weather's starting to warm up. Probably be doing that soon. There is a Calico arts and crafts show coming up in March that I hope to go to, which that is arts and crafts, not necessarily thrift, but I do enjoy going to those things. So I did have a few things I wanted to share with you. No finished objects or anything like that currently, but I found, all right, these cute little journal sticker sets at Walmart. They were really cheap. I think they were 87 cents or something for each set. But here is this one. I like the colors of it. It just has little things that you can use in your planner or journals or what have you. And I like to have little things to put in there sometimes. And then there was, okay, so there's 2 of each. This one had 2 of each. Okay, I got 3 different ones. Oh yeah, no, okay. Oh, well, this was supposed to have 2 of each of these, like 2 of these, and then 2 of these little icon things. But I actually wound up with 3. I had a bonus one in that pack, so that was pretty cool. And then I got this one. There was just 4 of each of it. I like the toucan. In there, you can see him on that sticker right there. Hopefully you can see him. He's on that one, in case you can't see that because it's not focusing very well. But that was a fun find. They were just like laying in a flat stack. I had to go through the stack to see. They weren't hanging up or anything on the bottom shelf. Weird. And then I found these 2 little clipboards with sticky notes on it because I sent sticky notes to my Valentine receivers, and I bought these because I was like, oh, those little sticky notes are cute. And I thought that because it's a clipboard, this would be a separate thing, but no, they're stuck to the clipboard. How dumb is that? Why would you need a clipboard with sticky notes stuck to it? How are you going to clip anything on top of that and write on it? You're not. But anyway, it does have a pen holder thing at the top, which is what that's for. But I'll be pulling the rest of these off and probably recovering this. But I got this one, and I got this one. I found it in the Valentine's section. It was like for teacher gifts. So they're kind of cool little clipboards, but I don't know why they stuck the sticky notes to the clipboard. I thought that that paper that it was on would come off, but it doesn't. Anyway, so now I got this whole basket of stuff. I bought some clearance stuff at Michael's when I was there, and Hobby Lobby, but they are useful for business purposes. That's what I told myself anyway. But now this little clipboard I had intended on sending to my fiber share partner. Like I said, I got carried away. I couldn't send everything that I got because it was too expensive. But this is a cute magnetic clipboard with a little fox little notepad on it. So that is cute. It has a magnet on the back. I got this at Michael's. I may save these for giveaways. I don't know. These are butterfly paper clips. Those are really cute. I also bought, I was gonna make a stitch marker for my fiber share partner, and I forgot about these. But they're charms in the shape of the United States, and they come in silver and this brass color and this rose kind of gold color. So these were on clearance for like $1 or less than $1, something like that. So those are pretty cool. And then I think I got these at Hobby Lobby. They were on clearance, but I want to make some stitch markers. But these are camels. I thought they were cool. I don't know if I can get it to focus on one of them. They're little sparkly camels. You don't want to focus on that. But I got those, and I got these little charms because I liked them, and they're different metal tones. So those will make some neat stitch markers. And I found this little pack of gift bags. They're mini gift bags. They come in some cool looking colors. They're just stripes and dots, basic patterns, but they were on sale and they were kind of cute. You can use them for giveaways and stuff. And then I found all these tags. They're already in the shape and they have a dot, and it's a whole pad of them. You can see all of the colors on the back of that one. That one's kind of banner shaped. And then this one is more decorative shaped with the florals. And then this one is really cool. It's partying, but it had llamas on it. And it had little balloon animals. That was cute. It says hooray over the llamas, but I still think that'd be good. Plus I found matching, these are mini paper bags, which it's not gonna focus because of the glare, but yeah, it has a donut one and the llama one. It matches the tags I bought. The donut one says treat yourself, but I think these would be cute to put in some stitch markers for the shop instead of just the regular plastic bag. And I got this one which has flamingos and pineapples on it. Pretty cool. So those are some little things I picked up for whatever reason. Come back to my face. There we go. Okay, guys. I had some other things I wanted to talk about, but I think I'm just gonna have to cut it off here because we are getting to, like, it's getting crazy. It's gonna take me forever to upload this and edit it. So, I'm gonna let y'all go here in a second, and I'm gonna I'm going to probably do a review this week of the newest Darn Good fabric of the Fabric Club of the month. And I will try to do a tutorial video, but I don't know if I'll get to that this week. I've been promising to show how to sew zippers around corners, and I haven't done that yet. Mostly because I'm trying to figure out how to set up my camera while I'm sewing. I figured out a different way to do it for my crochet tutorials that works better, but every time I try to film me sewing, it's like the light on my sewing machine blurs out. You can't see what I'm doing, so I've got to figure that out. So let's see. Anything else? I really think that's everything. I'm going to try to make it to the Zoom chat tonight. This probably won't post till Sunday because I know that by the time I get done editing this and uploading and exporting and all that madness, because I don't want it to be uploading while I'm trying to do my Zoom chat because I won't be able to do that. So, yeah, I've got to come out Sunday morning, which I hate. I wish it could come out earlier, but I recorded it too late because I was just doing stuff, just too much stuff to do that I don't want to do, that interferes with the stuff I do want to do. Adult stuff, right? Being an adult's hard, right? So, all right, now that I've rambled on for 5 more minutes, I will let y'all go. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing down below. You can hit the notification if you want to. I don't think that thing always works. I know Llama Mama was telling me she subscribed to my channel 3 times so far, and it keeps unsubscribing her. I don't know what's going on with that, but that is weird. So you may want to check on all that, because sometimes I think, well, I haven't heard from such and such in a while, and I go look and they were like 3 videos out. It's like, why did I not see this in my feed? Who knows? Who knows? But I will see y'all next week. Have a great week. Bye.